tornadoes and strong winds tore through 4 states. Take a look at the damage in St. Louis, Missouri. Roofs of homes have been ripped off, trucks have been turned over on their side, and trees were uprooted. The most serious threats were to eastern Louisiana and Mississippi, Alabama, and the western parts of the Florida Panhandle and Georgia. We are sending things over now to Darren to talk about this. And we had actually some quite strong winds yesterday.
Yes.
I was even at a story where a tree fell onto a home.
Yep.
And I think they brought some National Weather Service people over to see if it was a tornado, but it wasn't. It was
straight line winds, so no confirmation on that, not likely. But on Wednesday, going back to Wednesday, we had a severe thunderstorm warning, several of them across the city and the peninsula. That same storm then marched its way across the midsection of the country and has been making a lot of headlines. So a lot of what we've been hearing about from the tornado outbreak, which has happened through the midsection of the country, that was our storm that came through here. And just another look at this, if you watch how this storm is put together, that's what was here 2 days ago. When it gets out to the midsection of the country, it now has access to all the warm, moist air coming up from the Gulf. And look at this line. So you've got this clashing masses of air that don't really behave well together. And this is why this storm has really blown up into the monster that it has. The big red bullseye on here shows you where the highest degree of concern is. And with all of the reports that we're hearing now about confirmed tornadoes through this part of the country from last night and again this morning, and multiple deaths have already been reported out here today through different states from varying separate storms that have gone through, spawning tornadoes. It's been a very significant day, and we'll have more details on that as well throughout the rest of the news cycle. But boy, what a mess, and an unfortunate one at that. If we bring the story back here close to home, ours is one of gentler rain, which is coming back for tomorrow's forecast. So let's take a look at how this will play out and pick the story back up where we left off. I want you to see what Sunday looks like because that's when the rain's coming back. We'll start by playing the futurecast. Once again, you can see the showers, which will be in the North Bay through much of the morning, but there's really not a whole lot to that. Light showers starting tomorrow. And then as we get to the late morning and early afternoon, those numbers will grow. And we will see more widespread rain as the cold front comes on shore, developing right out about here and then marching its way across the rest of the bay. But that's not going to happen until we get to like 7 o'clock. You can see the depiction up there. That is looking at the same time frame there as this is. So if we take that and play it forward, you can see the rain coming in across much of the bay over the course of the rest of Sunday. But there's a cold front in there. And that cold front is the defining feature for where you're going to get the most noticeable rain. That cold front gets down to the city and then marches its way south from like sunset through the overnight hours. That's really when the majority of us are going to notice the rain from that system as it comes through from that point in time. We'll probably pick up just about a half an inch of rain from it. So it's not going to be a big rainfall maker for us if we put the numbers on there. That's not significant. We're not concerned about flooding from this. But it'll be rain, and it's also going to be windy. Let's take a look at the wind from this one for a moment. And when we get the wide view out here, so we can watch the cold front arrive, this has that classic signature to it. When we see the wind arrive from the northwest, you're going to see the cold front develop within these wind streams. It's going to be unmistakable here in a second. There it is. And you can also look at the time frame there. So just as we get to that 7, 8, 9 o'clock time frame, when some of the better rain from the cold front's marching across the heart of the bay tomorrow, that's also when we're going to see the cold front come through. And that's when you can get 30-mile-an-hour wind gusts, maybe up to 50 in the North Bay Mountains, or 40 to 50 along the coast for the North Bay, and even down the peninsula. So it'll be windy. We don't have a wind advisory for the majority of the bay, but we do tomorrow in the North Bay Mountains from that system as it's going to come through. So a bit windy tomorrow. We'll get some rain out of it, about a half an inch of rain. That's the first system. There's another one coming after that. So let's go out and find that one. We're going to play this forward now, and we're going to advance the forecast all the way ahead to the middle of the week. Now we're looking at Wednesday. And that's when the next system comes in late on Wednesday, overnight into Thursday. That went kind of fast, but there was your rain. We're going to broad brush it as a Wednesday, late Thursday morning kind of storm. Totals won't be big with this one either. We'll probably get about another half an inch of rain from that one at most, maybe even less than that. But it is another system that we've got a high degree of confidence now. We're going to get more rain in the middle of the week. So a couple of systems. There's the Sunday one we looked at. There's the Wednesday, Thursday system. There might be just a few leftover showers on Monday morning from that first system. but they shouldn't last long. All right, Matt, over to you.
All right, thanks, Darren. Coming up in